Hi, welcome to my channel. Today, 21st of December 2022, I have a presentation on contract index comparison. Let me begin. Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. I am Thomasin PA2066. Today's topic is on contract index analysis for a project launch, BanQuet Residence. This is number 113 video recording. Let me begin. What is Inter-Property Index, IPI? So let me just briefly explain IPI. IPI is actually a method of indexing to be used for comparative index in property ranking. And the easy to remember thing is what is the value of property over its benefits. So it's a ratio of how much you pay over the number of benefits that you obtain from this property. So this particular exercise on this project, BanQuet Residence, which is a new launch project in Kuching, have gathered 27 units of different level, different facing, and also different sizes and layout. So we are comparing within the same project. So this same developer for this project, all strata units, different layout, facing levels. So it's a newly launched project. So let us see. So objective of this analysis is inter-property index analysis. Near similar types of property. So when you have the same similar project and the same level, probably the same facing, of course the different sizes of the property similar but not exactly similar mirror image would give us the reason that we want to know how its benefits are compared to each other. So they have the same area size but different level, different facing, different layout of the arrangement. Layout here means number of rooms, bathrooms, toilet, and also car parks that comes along with this unit. So it may be the same layout, which means that you have the same number of rooms, same numbers of bathrooms, same number of car parks, but then you may have different facing, you may have different sizes as well. So there may be variables that allows the permutation of the different layout, sizes, and also level, and that's why the comparative index is able to calculate an index figure for us to clearly see the benefits. Same benefits may be different pricing because of different way of looking at the properties, or there are views which is like pool view effect, or is a penthouse. So let us see in this recording the project BanQuet Residence, how am I making this analysis using inter-property index. So this is the clear 27 advertisement that I have chosen from the 18th floor project. It's arrow pointing down. The IPI coming downwards is increasing number, and because it's too long, so I actually chop it half so that I place the second half over the right hand side. So you can see from 124.9 IPI to 136.1 until the highest is 169.9. So although it's the same project, the IPI calculated can range from 125 to 170, almost a lot of differences. So let us see how the IPI calculator arrive at all these different ranking. So for that, I would like to give you the takeaway number one. IPI, as we have said just now, is the money that you paid and the ratio to benefits that you get. So lower IPI means you are paying less money for more benefits. So you can interpret it as better benefit, or in a way it's a cheaper price that you pay for the benefit. Where you get a higher IPI, then it may be interpreted as not as many benefits, but then it's probably also more costlier per benefit that you paid for. So it is a comparative ranking. That means it is in comparison to another unit of the property. It is not a definitive. So that means it is not being that it is expensive or not expensive, but then it is compared from A property to B property to C property to D property of the same project. Although you can use IPI ranking for different project, different location, and different variables, it is good to understand that in our analysis today, we are limiting the n numbers. We are limiting the subject comparison to within the same project. So for analysis of the IPI on level, that means if you are buying a property which is at level 9, which has the same layout and the same type of benefit, that means here is 743 square feet at the 2 rooms, 2 bathroom and 1 car parking at the price of 464,000 at level 9. When the same unit is at level 5, it costs 441,000 with the same layout. So you can see that the ranking is that you are ranked smaller at 126.2 compared to 133.4 at a higher level. In the scenario of these two comparison, paying for a higher price, you get more benefit in the sense you are at a higher floor. So at a higher floor of a high-rise building denotes or signify that it is of higher status. Of course, this is what is preferred in the market, general market. Of course, there are people who doesn't want to stay on a high rise. They will prefer on the first and the second floor. But the ranking of IPI gives you this reading, because the ranking of IPI interprets at a high-rise building, a higher floor denotes better benefit. Similarly, for the same which is on level 5 for this particular unit at Pool View at 487,000 compared to the same unit of the same size but at a higher floor at 509,000. The 509,000 seems to have paid for a better benefits or on the aspect of it being on the higher floor. So this is an interpretation of IPI on level comparison, how you compare to a ground or first floor types of strata building to a high up building which may have higher, like 10 to 12 floor above. Then definitely the same size of unit at the 12 or 13 floor above would fetch a better price because of its perceived premium benefit being on the higher ground. So this I want to summarize that people are paying for higher up similar or near similar property where higher denotes a lower IPI so higher up has a lower IPI, and it's denotes the benefit is better with higher up, and therefore the lower units with the lower units will have lesser benefit so people pay for being high up. So if you have a comparison of build up size, usually we will compare by per square meter or per square feet so in this case the green color is the one that is smaller size, and therefore you can see the smaller size unit per square feet price. And the bigger units 1,141 square feet, 1,238 square feet, the bigger units, the per square feet price seems to be a little bit lower. So having a little bit lower because you are owning a higher price unit, which is a bigger size unit, is a natural compensation for you having to pay a bigger price tag. So here the bigger price tag here can be seen as 800,000, almost 800,000, 799, 758. The smaller units are fetching at about 500,000 or 400 over 1,000. So the 400 over 1,000 smaller units per unit price is more expensive, definitely lah, compared to the bigger units, the bigger size units. So therefore the IPI shows that the IPI figure will be higher for the smaller unit built up area compared to the bigger unit built up area. So this I want to give you as a key takeaway. Size does matter. Smaller size units usually comes with a higher IPI, and the bigger size unit usually come with a lower IPI lah. So people actually pay for bigger units. They don't mind paying more money, but the individual area unit areas price would be less. It's like when you are buying bulk. So when you go and buy bulk durian, you get per durian at a lower price. So we try and analyze those layout having the same, meaning with the 3 rooms, 2 bedroom and 2 car park. So if I box out the units that are with 3 bedroom and 2 bathroom with 2 car park, you can see that those with the higher square feet, higher square feet would be of a lower IPI compared to the smaller units. So this actually also in congruence with the concept that IPI for a bigger size unit would be lower than the IPI for a smaller size unit. So take away for, if it is similar layout, similar number of room, bath and parking, bigger area units would have a lower IPI, smaller area units with a higher IPI. Bigger space, better benefit, therefore it gets a lower IPI. People will pay for a usable space. Let us go deeper. So if they are grouped under the smaller size unit and having difference in the number of rooms, then you will tend to see the one have a lesser room to be higher IPI. So this one I will point to you in the green color box here. For the smaller size, around 800 plus 700 plus square feet, if you see the 3 rooms, 2 bathroom and 2 car park one would be at a smaller IPI compared to the one that is 2 rooms and 1 bathroom and 1 car park. 2 rooms and 1 bathroom and 1 car park would have a higher IPI, because the smaller units where you are having more rooms, it seems to give a better value in terms of housing a more complete family compared to having a studio unit, which is probably only for a purpose of 1 or 2 persons staying. So if a unit of the same size, smaller size, let's say studio units, if you are able to put in more rooms, then this more rooms becomes a benefit for smaller family, or in other interpretation is able to be used as like a normal house. So this is also the interpretation of IPI. So different layout, you have different number of rooms, bathroom and parking, and therefore if you have more rooms, more bathroom or more parking, then you have more benefit and therefore generating a lower IPI. And of course if you have bigger number of space, bigger space, then definitely this is most ideal. But if you do not have the ideal, then as requirement of more rooms and more bath, then it becomes a more cramped space, but it's still having a better benefit than having a studio unit. How people would put more choices of family inside this unit rather than only being used as a studio unit. So people pay for rooms, people pay for the availability of parking. So now we want to compare within the same level, and what is the differences in facing that can be seen with IPI lah, huh? This shows the facing of west. You can see the red circle, west, southeast and northwest. When there is southeast or northwest in the calculator, it is taken as the north or the south. So ideally, our Asian mentality is to face the house to the north or to the south, so that we avoid direct sunlight from the entrance to the property. Instead, if you look at the house which is facing west, that means afternoon sun will be directly shining into the property and entrance, so that is very hot. So therefore, at the higher IPI denotes that this is a not preferred benefit lah. So the benefit is not good, therefore it increases the IPI scoring. So if the benefit is better, then it reduces the IPI scoring. It is a better benefit in the sense of north and the south, where it is a benefit that is to be avoided for the facing to the west. So PM, afternoon is hot. Not Prime Minister, afternoon is hot. So facing for north, south, east and west, west is high IPI because it's hot in the afternoon, and north and south is a lower IPI because it's a more pleasant condition of living, so people avoid hot living condition. So now we look to the pool view analysis and the situation of our local preference of buyers. Is that we are looking at more people tends to see buying property at the facility, would want to see the facility. Pool view, according to this analysis, doesn't seem to show us preference or any strategic reason that it is being sold at a higher price. So this is level 9 facing different angle, and they are of course included the pool view just now, which is the two units, 127.5 and 134.6. So now if you see that pool view is a benefit, then it should be much being of higher price. That means they are getting this better benefit. They have to build into the price of 723,000. So having facing the pool view, this 723,000 for this unit doesn't seem to show it is expensive among the same level, not facing the pool view. So let us think of pool view as a selling point. Let's say we think of pool view being in high demand. A lot of people want to buy a unit which is at pool view. Therefore, the developer would check up the selling price. So if the developer check up this selling price in among the same level of the property units, the IPI calculation will push this pool view unit down to a higher IPI. But it doesn't seem sure. It doesn't seem that it is the case whereby these two pool view units actually is ranked in the middle. So in the same context of understanding pool view in among the same units of the same floor, it doesn't seem that this project put emphasis on the pool view and trying to sell these units at the pool view at much higher price than the other units. So pool view analysis on the project is that it's not a high IPI and not given special position for proximity to swimming pool. So it is still a questionable aspect of whether people pay money for a pool view condominium. Let us compare the penthouses. So penthouse, here we have two. One is the big penthouse, 1,819 square feet, and another one is the pool view 16th floor, the higher up penthouse, which is 1,367 square feet. So both are given more car parks, 3 rooms, and the one that is 1.272 million is actually double the normal size. So in fact, it's 2 units are being combined to become one. So it's in fact 3 rooms plus 3 rooms, 6 rooms, 2 bathroom plus 2 bathroom become 4, and then the car park is 2 plus 2 become 4. So this is in a middle, because it doesn't seem that this strategy by the developer to push the penthouse to a much different category of pricing. So penthouse analysis for this project is similar to other projects in terms of its ranking. It doesn't show that it is extraordinary. So in my conclusion, we have gone through analysis of IPI in understanding how area sizes of the units matters in the selection of property, and similar also the factors like layout, how many rooms, how many bathroom, and how many car parks. IPI take this into consideration, and therefore ranking of IPI can clearly show you the benefits of having more layout. IPI also analyze the facing north south, similar of we have seen just now. Hot afternoon sun would give you a high IPI. Whether having pool view or not, having penthouse, having a different category of product, and therefore having a higher price range for this group of premium product is not seen in this project. So this is a conclusion. I did not see pool view or penthouse scoring at a higher IPI than normal. Thank you very much. I'm Thomasin, PA 2066. My mobile number is in display. I have a few websites to help those who are interested in real estate, as well as studying for the examination. Thank you very much for visiting my channel.